Hello loves, welcome to Fifth Dimension. So thank you for joining me for this collective reading. I do want to take a deep dive today to see what's going on in them fields. I know yesterday's reading there was like a chunk of energy that was being heavily focused on and dissected. I think you're processing something, or the collective in general is in the midst of processing something that's about to unlock something big for them, is sort of what it feels. Now, it doesn't seem that way. It doesn't seem that way, but if you're here, if you were drawn to whatever title I end up putting on this message, and if you're resonating with having just experienced something that is causing you to really go within, not only to tend to the pain, but also there's like a dissection going on as far as like trying to understand what the purpose of it is sort of what it's giving me. Okay, so let's take a little deep dive and see what's going on in the collective. Look, I see the sun in the back right away because I had in mind the reading as I was preparing the reading from yesterday, talking about that brighter days are ahead for the collective. However, there is something that's needing to be tended to at this time in order to clear the way for that, or in order to unlock that, is sort of what I'm getting. Alright, last card for the collective. What does the collective need to know? Pride. We have card number 7 with pride. Card number 38 is not necessarily anything, it's just a card read. And then we have the card of faith. About where we're headed, about what, yeah, it's the same message that keeps on coming up. When it comes to the sense of direction, when it comes to the sense of what, in some aspects, some of you are like wondering about what is your purpose, wondering about continuing on, feeling like you've trekked so far in a journey and have found yourself in a place of lack of faith, and wondering if this actually is the path that you're supposed to be endeavoring on, or if you can, like, if you continue forward, will there be something Charlie, will there be something there awaiting you, is sort of what it's giving me. However, for others of you, what it's giving me as far as like the fear of not being able to reach, not being able to find the strength within you to continue on this specific endeavor or something like that. Let me just get tarot, because then I started to get confused. I think there was like 2 different scenarios and then I just butchered it. So which deck do I want to do? I've been vibing with this one lately, so clarify the first energy. The 4 of Wands. There's something that you really have your sights set on. It's like something that you envision for yourself. So there's a lot of hope riding on this. Pride, again, a part of the journey where it becomes confusing as to whether you're doing the right steps, taking the right path, being unsure, because it just feels like I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. There's so many different potentials. Look, I just realized it's a 7-7. Clarify the energy of pride. What is pride trying to tell us? Two of Swords. I heard pride may have been what was keeping you stuck or keeping you confused. Is that what it is? Keeping you from being able to make a decision. In what aspect of pride? The Knight of Swords. Being honest. Something that you weren't able to see, or something that you were choosing not to see because the honesty would hurt too much. And so not acknowledging or not making a decision, not making a move, and just staying in the potential. There's something in that. Chariot, needing to move. There's too much stuck energy. Something about the situation. If you were here for yesterday's reading, if not, then just whatever situation you are going through that resonates with the fear of not attaining, or that's not being yours, sort of what it's giving me, like the fear of your dream not being realized, a lot of doubt seeping in, and just stalled energy. And the Chariot is here, like to say that this is to clear away the energy, whatever in the situation, which I haven't gone to. Whatever happened in that specific situation, although you are dissecting it, that's normal and that's important to do, right? It's important to dissect it in order to be able to process. It's like food when you eat. Your stomach has to be able to digest it as needed, right? Take what it needs to take from it, and then you know. But that's what the Chariot is essentially. Yeah, the Chariot is you doing like a digestive cleanse. There's energy that's clearing out, and there's a lot of conflict, specifically in the thoughts, that is causing like a drainage blockage in your energy, or was for a long time, is sort of what it's giving me. And I feel like, although you may thought that you were moving in a direction, it's like sort of those dreams. Have you ever had those dreams where you just like are getting up and getting ready, and then you hear the alarm and you're just like, no, like I thought I was already doing that, now I have to do that, like for real? There's some aspect to that. Please only take that if it resonates. There's an aspect of like this illusion that was created, but it was like an illusion of confusion, that rhymes. That's being cleared away. I feel like the overall is that there was something that it almost feels like you were trying to protect, because pride and ego go hand in hand to me. So there was some aspect of it, and I don't mean ego in the sense of like, oh, like your vanity or whatever, you know what I mean? I mean ego in the sense is that there's something about your humanness and the way that you relate to this and connect with others in this world, that very like core part of you. There's something about that was in essence like protecting itself from something, like it was just like a delayed something, almost, because this energy is all giving me like a denial, you know what I mean? But it not like on purpose, not like, oh, I clearly see that this is taking place and I'm gonna choose to look the other way. It's sort of just like you didn't have the big picture. You had like very brief glimpses, and I'm hearing that should have been enough. Okay, your guides feel like that should have been enough. However, it's not. It was, I hate to say it, but some of us, and I'm just going to put myself in that box, feel at least as we're growing, a lot of the need for a lot of reassurance. I feel that like I'm always asking for reassurance, specifically when it comes to my guides. Like, I want to see the signs. I want to see the synchronicities. I need to know that I'm on the right path. I need to know that I'm in alignment with my energy right now. And those synchronicities, when I'm seeing them everywhere, I know I'm aligned. And that just tells me like, okay, keep going, right? It's like the little cheerleader in the back of my mind. Now I feel like there's aspects of here where they gave you little hints, gave you little synchronicities to guide you into specific direction. And then you got lost within that and within the confusion of the thoughts that were running through about not knowing, not trusting yourself is really what it is, not knowing what decision to make, not knowing if you should stay here longer or and then plan it out a little more, not knowing if you should pull your energy away from it completely, not knowing if you should communicate something, and in the end just being stuck, not knowing which of those to put energy into, and in the end just staying stuck. And again, like subconsciously, I feel like the glimpses that you had of whatever, like maybe it be like the synchronicities or whatever you felt was reassuring you in the direction of something that you really had your hopes on, or still have your hopes set really high on. That energy was causing just stuckness. And even though you may have been taking like physical movements within your life, but just not really getting the results, just feeling like I'm putting in, but it's because energetically, although you may be physically putting in this and this, all the energy towards moving something along, but energetically, it doesn't matter if you're doing all the stuff in the physical. Energetically, there's stuck. It's stuck. It's non-moving. This energy is the way that this was giving me. Obviously, this is moving. These are thoughts that wanted to, like communication, I feel. But I feel it all swirling, like wanting to, and then stopping with these two, just, and then staying in those stages. Now, the Chariot is telling you that although you don't see it, right? Because we never can when we're in the midst of going through heavy energy, when we're working and processing through that, it's there to clear you out. The intention was there to clear this out from you, to keep you so that this can move along, so that you can continue working your way with a sense of clarity, because this is all giving me like sunlight and seeing a clear path, like no clouds in the sky, just having a like a clear view all of a sudden, right? And yeah, that's energy that's been coming up collectively about something that's been cleared away. Now, faith in the world, having faith, the world being closing off cycles, right? And that's gonna, it's just really like a closing of an energy, a realization, a taking with me. There's the stuck energy. This is giving me like a difficulty, because if I'm connecting the two, I'm seeing it as, okay, this is her, this is the story as it's playing out. This is her looking into something, feeding it with her thoughts, with her intentions. Whatever she's looking at and focusing on there is this. It's everything. It's happiness on and adventure. It is growth. It is the unknown. Like living life in the direction of movement and towards just continuing to grow towards the unknown. That's sort of what it's giving me. Like hopeful energy, very hopeful, dreamy energy, right? Very strong goals. I see all of the guidance being offered. However, I'm now connecting it to like, if this is her, like she's down here looking at this while they're over here being like, it's over here. You're stopping, you're staying stuck, putting the intention. You've already set your intentions. Now you're looking at something in the physical realm and wanting that to change. And we're over here telling you you need to keep moving, not stay stalled, okay? They're just like, you're looking at it, you want it to spontaneously just come into the reality around you as you hold on to it for dear life. But the truth is, you need to put that down and you need to keep walking, because whatever it is, like, energy is energy. I feel like there's a stuckness on pieces needing to be the pieces. The pieces need to be the pieces as I see it, as I felt it, as I thought it, as I experienced it, something like that. And there need to be like a release of that is sort of what I'm getting. Am I right to feel that is the guidance? There's the Five of Swords. The Ten of Wands. It's become a burden to you. You built, you did. It's like a baby bird. You created something. Yeah, it needs to flow into that. It went off balance. It went off balance because it's like I saw like the creation, like a seedling, and then it like sprout, or I don't know, it was a plant and then it was a bird, whatever it be. In the hand, just like, oh yeah, just like this guy, he has the cup, but it was like something growing that you created, and then just holding on to it, just looking at it deeply, intently, wanting it to become whatever it is, right? Now, after a point, like I said, there's the movement stopped. The movement stopped because it's sort of like a fixation. And then that brings all the confusion energy again. Something, I don't want to say something pretty, but obviously circumstances happened that just caused you to become stuck. This energy is wanting to be let go, cleared away, okay? It's what's in the way. It's what's in the way of you actually receiving, and it feels like that's a conundrum. Is that what it is? It's a conundrum because you're holding on to it, wanting it, and you feel if you let it go and move this way, well, that defeats the purpose, because that's what you wanted. So why would you leave it behind? But it's a conundrum, whatever that is. That's a fun word to say. But regardless, it just feels like that's what your guidance is. That's what, and not so much the guidance, because it doesn't feel like it's something that you're voluntarily, well, you may be voluntarily choosing. I feel that. But I feel in some aspects, or for some, you may be voluntarily choosing, but due to circumstances around you, you are now voluntarily making a choice to put the orb down and walk where your guides are guiding you to create a flow again. Oh, I just got something very sad. I got sometimes you have to create beautiful things and then leave them behind. That made me so sad. Because I saw like the guides showing her like it's okay to put it down, like you're gonna have another one. You're gonna create another one. And she was just like creating orbs and then putting them down, and they were like lit up like little, like, I don't know, like walkway stones. Hold on, sorry guys. I'm a human and I'm going through my own shit too, so that just really like hit me to the core like that. Nostalgic feeling she had by holding on. It felt like she was letting go of a piece of something that felt like home, you know, like if you're leaving your home behind. But when she left it behind, it still carried life with it. It was glowing and it was lighting the way for some other person who may come upon the dark pathway, is what I saw. So sometimes in life you have to create beautiful things and then let them go, okay, with gratitude. That should be the title. Hopefully I remember. Alright, let's clear this stuff out. I do not need to be crying right now. What is the guidance for the collective? Or was that the guidance? Let me just get further messages. Any other messages for the collective? We have the Four of Cups. Yeah. It's funky energy. I know it is. And it's very like stuck. Like I feel very annoyed with myself for being so sad. And I just want to be over it already. But I understand that it takes time. So I feel like that's you. I feel you're just like, because I'm like, even now, like I'm so fucking annoyed with how much my heart hurts. The Four of Cups is still that focus, right? And I feel like still, because this is like daily. Like I know it gets repetitive, but this is energy as we go through the day. You can't just get rid of it from one day to the next. The Tower. The Four of Swords. Absolutely. To embrace the changes. There's an understanding to embrace the changes as much as it is and as you can. To release in bits and pieces as you can, because I feel like this one's a hard one to let go. I see like roots everywhere, and it's like slowly lifting or like pulling one at a time because it's painful as you're pulling each of those roots. To take the time necessary, but to be sure to be tending to those feelings, to not neglect them, to not ignore them. It's time to release them. It is like the Tower. The change is needed. The shift is needed. The foundation of something crumbled, and it's necessary for it to all come down. It's unstable. It's unstable ground. What else? Like you can't build on that. Your energy is of wanting to build, wanting to create. Look, the Lovers keeps on wanting to show itself to me, and I keep on not wanting to look at it. You're wanting to build, you're wanting to grow, you're wanting to create, you're wanting to experience. You're wanting to endeavor and find happiness and success and union and just good ass vibes, celebratory energy. You want to achieve good experiences in this life, right? The change is necessary. The change is happening for you, not to you. I hate that message. It's so annoying. Seven of Swords. Damn, this is a lot of heavy energy today, y'all. The Moon. And it doesn't even surprise me. Like, I was feeling this like yesterday, last night. Yesterday was very difficult. Very difficult. I had the buildup of energies towards the end of the day, and I don't know if that's a collective thing, but I have a buildup throughout the day, and it just got to the point where it was just like very unbearable pain. Physical pain in my heart, in my throat, that I kept on having to push out in just little pieces because I couldn't handle like a long amount of release because of how painful it was causing, the pain that it was causing in my body. It felt like I was giving birth as I was releasing cries, but I could only do it in pieces. It was too much to bear. You know what I mean? And if you've given birth, you know what I mean. And I feel like if this is you, if there's a lot, because it feels like there's a lot. These roots go deep, whatever it is that you were growing, watering, tending to, creating for yourself that's being pulled away. Why did I say being pulled away? I don't know. I just felt like the roots. I felt like you were the ground and the roots. Somebody was pulling your plant out. You were the ground, the earth that was nourishing the growth of something, and somebody came and took your motherfucking plant. Like, bitch, I have been nourishing those roots. Just kidding. Whoever the hell. Now I feel bad for every time I pulled a flower from the ground. The earth might be so mad at me. But anyways, I'm ridiculous, I know. Let me get the judgment time. Sorry, I didn't even get into that energy. All of this is 1000% screaming at me. Like, this is happening for you, not to you. That's what your guides strongly want you to understand. You feel like you're being punished. You feel like you lost out. You feel like, okay, I heard chump. Like, you're a chump. Okay, let's not. Where's that from? That sounds like from SpongeBob. No. I understand it, though, because I'm there, right there with you. This is clearing. When you're feeling that way, there's a need to release, there's a need to tend. All of that is a process. You can't just skip through it, unfortunately, and it's just so difficult when you're in the midst of the main of that release that you tend to lose all sense of anything. And so you're just there within that, right? Within the darkness, within the hidden realms of your like internal dialogue, and for some aspects there's parts of you that are being kind to you at this time, and I need you to be kind to you at this time, okay? And again, I'm going to repeat, this is happening for you, not to you. Just a reminder. Let me see what I want to get. These two for some Faith. I just posted on Instagram the other day using this song from Limp Bizkit. Needing to have faith. Yeah, the song is about like trusting, needing to let go, like being able to, as much as I want this, I need to be able to put it down and continue on. Like there's a time to reflect, there's a time to heal, there's a time to release, there's a time for everything, and I feel like the timing is now, like I said, to put that aspect down, because at this point it's become a burden on your energy. Let me get some guidance. What guidance can we offer the collective? Sanctuary. Take time out from the world. Spend more time alone. Meditate or go on retreat. Yeah, this is about like just being in your energy. Now, I know that may not feel the best. But in some aspects, it just depends on your personality, right? Some of us like to be alone when we're experiencing heavy energies and release, but some of us like to be around others that provide us the energy of sanctuary, like a safety blanket. And if you could have anybody in your life that is that for you, even if it's your fur baby, even if it's the tree in your backyard, then I would spend time in your sanctuary at this time. Card 21, choose love. You always have choice. Make yours with love. Yes, that's exactly what you're doing. You're choosing the energy and the vibration of love, okay? That's exactly what's happening right now. You were holding on to something that you loved in the perspective, in a skewed perspective, because it wasn't. Like, we have all the cards, and I don't need to break them all out. We have literally all the traditional, like, stereotypical tarot cards that come out when there's bad shit, heavy energies, conflict, confusion, pain. All of that was in there. But you're choosing to leave that which I'm sure there was love there. There's a bunch of deep, pure, good, intentioned love in the midst of all that energy, okay? But your guides are wanting you to follow love in its highest vibration, which includes in some aspects to leave things behind. And then we have card 24, focus on love. Look for the good in everyone. Literally. That's so cute. I love that that all came out that way. Let me get some from, let me get one more from the unicorn deck, and then I will get some from the animal deck. Let me get one more. We have leadership. Step into your leadership. Share your message. Inspire and empower others. This is what it's giving me, because remember with the, what I saw with her leaving the glowing orb, as sad as it makes her to put it down and walk forward, I just saw 333. This is what she's doing, but what she's leaving behind is like a little orb on a dark walkway for others. Okay, trust that. Trust that you did what you needed, and you all the well intention carries life with it forever. Okay, it carries life with it forever, and you're just leaving it behind to guide somebody else in some aspect. And that's just for the collective energy in general. Whatever we put in is like a ripple, right? If you believe that we're all connected. So whatever love you put into the situation still exists. It never dies. And so there it'll remain as a little glowing orb for others to be able to use it as a guiding light energetically. We have card number 11, Butterfly Spirit. Transformation is beautiful. Absolutely. With the Tower, that's that transformation. They're wanting you to, at times, when applicable, right? Because you do need to sit in the energy. You do need to release it. And that's not always easy. You can't just be like, oh, this is beautiful. This pain that I feel, like me, like I said yesterday, the immense pain that I was feeling, I call it love sickness. And I've only ever experienced it like recently, like I'd say in the past year, like this amount of pain in my heart chakra, and I feel like for me it's like built up from all of my lifetime that's been bottled up, and then I'm just finally able to access it and release it, and it's very fucking painful. So naturally, like, I'm aware of what's happening, I'm aware of the release as I'm feeling it, but it doesn't change how uncomfortable, how ugly it feels to be in that. You know what I mean? Card 49, Rabbit Spirit. Now is a lucky time. Doesn't feel like it, Mr. Rabbit. Just kidding. No, it is. It is, because everything, like, I heard everything's just in place, and then I got the vibe of like a surprise party, like they were waiting for you. And then we have Hawk. Let Spirit be your guide. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. Understand that you are absolutely being guided. But like I said, it's the letting go and trust the guidance. Even though it's a very difficult thing to leave behind, you know you're being guided away from something at this time. And as difficult as it is to push through the changes, the transformation, the release, it's time. It's time. All right, loves. I really hope I was able to offer you anything or something that was able to help you today. I know the collective energy is going through a lot of changes right now. It feels very significant. So whatever it is that you're going through, I just want you to know that you're not alone, even though you may feel like it sometimes. Okay, loves? Until we vibe again.